Hello friends, in this video we will see how to store the data of your application. Okay, what are the possible ways to store your data of your application? What are the database options are there to store your application? Okay, the first option is that shared preferences. Shared preferences. Okay. The second option is SQLite. There is a one software that is SQLite. I have heard about that one. You can store your data in the internet. This is the third option. This is online and the other one are offline. And we can store our data into the cloud. This is also online. And we can store our data in the SD card. This is the offline one. Okay. Today we will discuss the first one database option, that is the shared preferences. What is this one, shared preferences? What is the use of the shared preferences? Okay, shared preferences. This is nothing but it's a small XML file which is used to store the data. Not only the data, it's used to store the small amount of data. It always stores the key value pairs like that username, password. Okay, it's always used to store the key value pairs. Then how to store the data to the shared preferences? First we need to create the object of the shared preferences. The first step is the shared preferences. I will take variable sp that is equals to get shared preferences. Okay, the second step is that shared preferences dot editor, take one variable ed that equals to the variable of shared preference, that is sp dot edit. The third step, ed dot put string. Okay, here in the third step we will give the which data we want to store. For example, if the data is in edit text box, we want to store into the shared preferences. Okay, read out. Okay, if we'll take if the data is in shared preference. Okay, first we need to give the name to the shared preference. I will give a name as any name you can. I will give the xyz comma 0. This 0 indicates that user can read your shared preference data. Okay, if you give the 1, anyone can read your data of the shared preferences. Read out put string. Okay, we will assume we are storing the data of edit text. Okay, I will give the edit dot put string. Yeah, variable name. Then after that the last step is ed dot apply. This is a way to store the data to the shared preferences. Now we'll see how to read the data from the shared preferences. Okay, the first step is same, the shared preferences name, then the 0, that is should be the same. Make sure that should be the same. Okay, the second step. Okay, where you want to store read that data, I will take one variable string. Okay, in the edit text box we are taking, assume that there is a name, we are storing the data in the shared preference. Okay, I will take the same variable name, string name equals to, from the shared preferences sp dot get string. Nobody can see where the shared preference file is stored, just we can only read and write into the shared preferences. That's a small XML file. Okay, yeah, now I will take one small design for the explanation. Now we'll go to the open the studio. Yeah. For the design I will take 3 fragments. I will name it as a my fragment 1. Remove, uncheck these 2 checkbox. Okay, otherwise we will get some unnecessary code. We will need one more fragment for the design. I will take one more fragment. Okay, now 3 fragments are ready. Now the design is that first we'll design, go to the main activity. Okay, in the main activity XML we will add one frame layout to display the result of all the fragments. Okay, now we'll remove that frame layout. We'll take the root element in the linear layout. After that we'll take frame layout. Okay. Orientation vertical. Frame layout. Match parent. Give one ID. I will give as frame 1. Okay, this frame layout is to display the fragments. Okay, now we'll first design the first fragment XML. In the first fragment XML I have, okay, I will add, sorry, one second. I will take a root element as a linear layout. Orientation change it to the vertical. I will take 2 buttons. Okay, in the first button we'll name it as a register, and the second button is a login button. Okay, when the user enters when a user opens your application, first user needs to register into your application. That's why when you click on the register, there's some 3 editor text box will come. That is the first email, password, and one button. Okay, in the button is to save his email and the password by using the shared preference file. Okay, this is the first button, register, and the login button. When the user registers, after he will come to the login button. When you click on the login, he will get the 2 edit text box. One is the email and the password. Okay, first we will check with the register email and the password. Then he clicks on the login. If both are matches, then we'll give one toast message as both the email and the password will matches. If the both email and the password is different, it will give one toast message as a mismatch. The email and the both password is mismatch. Now we'll design the second XML. change the orientation to the vertical. Here I will take this is a okay, when I click on the register button of the first fragment, that will open the second fragment. Okay. In this I will add 3 edit text box and 1 button. I'll give the hint as enter your name. Okay. Here I will give a hint as enter email address. Enter password. Now we'll add 1 button. When the user clicks on the register, this fragment will open. User will enter the data, his name, his mail ID, and the enter password. When I click on the save button, the data will save to the shared preference file. Okay, this is a design. And the user go back to the main fragment, that's the fragment one. When I click on the login, there he will get the 2 edit text box. One is for the enter mail ID and the one more for the enter password. Okay, and I click on the okay, now I will design the fragment 3 XML. We'll take the linear layout, change the orientation to the vertical. Here we require 2 edit text box, 1 button. Just copy. I'll copy from the second fragment XML. Okay. Just copy paste and change the ID. Okay, now all the fragments, all the XML file design is over. Now we'll go to the my fragment one. In the my fragment one, I have 2 buttons. Okay, when I click on the register button, the first fragment will be open. When I click on the login button, okay, sorry, when I click on the register button, the second fragment will be open. When I click on the login, the third fragment will be open. Now we need to write the on click listener for the button. First declare the button. Declare the variable to b1 and b2. Okay. Just remove this. Return me. The first button will initialize the first button by using the find you by id, v dot find you by id. Okay, the button id is btn1 btn1. And the button 2, initialize the button 2 v dot find you by id. Now let us set on click listener for the button. b1 dot set on click listener. New capital V. Now first, instead of connecting between the two fragment, don't never connect between the fragment to fragment. First we need to send the data to the main activity. After that, from the main activity to the fragment. Okay, first we'll create the object of the main activity. M1 will take one method, f1 method. Okay, just click and alt enter. That will create one method in the main method. Okay, in the main activity. From the main activity we'll send the data to the fragment 2. Okay, fragment manager variable take get support fragment manager. Hope you remember that those 5 steps: fragment manager, fragment transaction. Then we need to create the object of the fragment to which you are sending the data from the main activity to the fragment. Okay, from the fragment 1 to I am sending to the fragment 2 for the register button. For that we need to create the object of the fragment 2. New my fragment 2. Okay, there's the error. Just click, press alt enter. Okay. T dot add r dot id dot frame 1. Okay, you can add or replace. I'll change it to the replace. And the last step is commit. When I click on the back button, that will go to the first fragment. That's why add to back stack. T dot commit. This is for the register button. Okay, now we'll write for the login button. We have 2 buttons in the fragment 1 XML. Okay, bt dot set on click listener. New capital P. Same, first we'll send the data to the main activity. M2 dot, we'll create one more method F2. Just click, press Alt Enter, that will create one method in the main activity. Same again, those 5 steps: fragment manager, fragment transaction, then the object creation, then fragment transaction. When I click on the login button, the third fragment will be open. That's why you create the object of the third fragment. My fragment 3 equals to new my fragment 3. T dot replace, that will be replace the fragment 2 to the fragment 3. If you add T dot add, the fragment 3 will be overlapped with the fragment 2. That's why you need to add the T dot replace. Okay, the my fragment Java code is over. Now we'll go to the second fragment Java code. In the second fragment Java code, okay, when the user click on register, the second fragment will be open. We'll enter the data. When I click, okay, when the user click on the save button, that will be saved in the shared preference file. Now we'll declare the 3 edit text box and 1 button. Return V. Initialize all the edit text box. Okay. Okay, now initialize the button. Now we'll ready the set on click listener for the button. When the user clicks on the button, okay, all the data should be stored into the shared preference file. Shared preference file. share preferences sp equals to get share preferences the get activity, okay, dot get share preferences. When you are writing the share preferences in the fragment, first you use the get activity, but you are using in the when you are using in the main activity, no need to use the get activity. Okay, share preferences dot editor, the variable take ed, d equals to sp dot edit. Okay, now we'll add the ed dot put string from the edit text box 1. The first edit text box 1 I will add name, will take variable name u1 dot get text dot to string. This is same as the intent. We are sending the intent data to the second activity. Same ed dot put string. Second data we are getting from the edit text, that is email. et dot get text dot to string. Third one is a password. Okay, I will add only pwd et dot get text dot to string. Last step is ed dot apply. Okay, all the data is stored in the shared preference file when I click on the save button. Okay, for the confirmation I will add one toast message. When I click on that message, if the data is stored, okay, the toast message will say saved. Okay, fragment 2 Java code is over. Now we'll go to the fragment 3 Java code. In the fragment 3 Java, okay, first we have the two edit text box and the one button. Okay, it's the login button. When after the user register, he will click on the login button. He will enter the email address and the password of the register email and the register password. Click on the login. The next page, your login page will open. Otherwise, here I will display the one toast message. First we will declare the edit text box. Initialize the u1 equals to okay. Now initialize the button before. Press alt enter. Okay. Now you need to write the set on click listener for the button. Before dot set on click listener. New capital B. Okay. Now we'll take one string variable, string name equals to e1.getText. We'll get the text from the edit one that will be shown in the name, e1.getText dot toString. Take one more string to get the second edit text files. Okay, sorry, in the first edit text I will get email. In the second edit text box, password. e2.getText.toString. Okay. Now we'll read the data from the share preference file. After that we'll compare with these data were entered in the edit text 1 and edit text 2. First we'll open the share preference file, share preference sp equals to get activity dot share preference. We need to give the same name. Here I used abc 0. Okay. Zero. That zero indicates that only your application can read and write the share preferences file. If it is 1, everyone can read and write. Okay. Now we'll take one string, that's variable actual name, sp.getString. The variable I have used there is name. Okay. Now we need to add one more parameter, that's a null. String that's actual password. I'll take variable as actual password. sp.getString. From the share reference file, the password I have stored in the register. While registering, we'll take that one. The variable I used to store register password, that is pwd. Okay, now we'll compare. If actual image that is equal with the email that's I enter now, and actual password if both are same, okay, we'll toast on message, that is matches. Both password and the mail IDs are matches from matches, otherwise else. We'll toast message, that is mismatch. Okay, now we'll run and see. Okay, what's the error? I showed one error. Oh, I haven't added semicolon to the before. Okay, now run and see. Okay, in the main activity I haven't added the first fragment to the frame layout. That's a big mistake. Fragment manager equals to okay, same fragment transaction t2 equals to manager dot begin transaction. We need to add the first fragment. Okay, fragment 1 m1 equals to new my fragment 1, click the alt enter. Okay, m1 dot transaction tt dot add dot id dot frame comma object of the m1. Now the last step is tt dot next. You can add this step or that tt dot comment. Okay, now it's over. The f1 I am replacing the first fragment to the second, so I will add t dot replace. Now we'll run and see. Okay, here is the design. When the user opens your application, he click on the register. Because he is a new user, he used to register into your application. Okay, we'll add his name. Okay, we'll add the email as p@gmail.com. We'll give the password 1234. Now click on save. That will be saved. That is the all data is stored in the share preference file. Now we'll click on the login. Enter the mail ID that I have entered earlier, p@gmail.com. The password is 1234. When I click on the login, it will show the toast message matches. Both the password and email are same. Okay, mismatch. The password is changed. This is how share preference file works. Thank you.